Hi, you're joining me for another quantum meditation. Thank you so much for coming back and get really comfortable and feel yourself resting in whatever position you choose. There's no right way to rest, so find your way. And just resting your body as you breathe, as you notice your rest, your grounding, knowing that you are the mechanism behind every miracle and every manifestation. And you will be here for the moment when visualization becomes material, if it hasn't yet for you. Feel your foundation, your support, breathing into your body, rooted lightly, lifted slightly. I want to talk about, as you rest, visualizing in the frequency that you need to be in. So the nervous system has to be in a state where there's no lack, where nothing is lacking in order to manifest. So I want you to think about a state where you feel nothing is wrong. And in this moment, nothing is actually wrong. See if you can find anything wrong in this moment. And if you can't, begin from there. This is your frequency of abundance in the moment, of your presence. When our nervous system is aligned, our conscious, unconscious beliefs will stop contradicting what we actually want, what we want to visualize. We want our emotional body to broadcast something other than fear. So if we are visualizing and thinking about, or in the background having a worry or concern, even if it's unrelated, we're not in state. State has to be clear, very, very clear, that we're completely present and we're completely okay with everything the way it is. And sometimes that takes a lot of accepting that yes, things are okay. Nothing is perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, but you can be the perfect version of you in this moment. So see if you can find that and love that part of it. Since visualization is quantum technology, there are specific requirements. No one can visualize abundance while they feel scarcity. It just won't happen. The visualization can't override the feeling that you have inside. It needs to line up with it. There's no way to visualize success when you embody that you have failed. So know that you have never failed. Not once in your life. Not a single time. You've made mistakes. Sure, we all do. It misses the mark. That's the mistake. And that's it. So you've never failed. And just accept that right now. You have never failed. Every attempt at doing it wrong has led you to a place where you can have access to do it in a way that works for you, that allows your life to expand. The visualization will respond to your frequency, not just the images you have in your mind. A lot of people have their visualizations stem from wanting or desire or lack by accident, or they don't know exactly what they're visualizing. That can happen too. So what collapses is a manifestation of the frequency you hold, not of the surface image. The image is powerful, but the frequency is the driver. That is the important part. That's what drives it into a place where you can see it manifest in a way that might work out for you better, and likely will if your frequency is in the right place. So if you're in a place where your frequency isn't high, don't fight it and don't try to manifest. Just be with that frequency and just slowly invite peace back into your heart when you feel ready. and allow that peace to mix with whatever you feel. You can try this now. If you feel anything in your body that still is lingering, maybe a feeling from earlier or yesterday, can you imagine holding it and inviting peace into your body to mix with it, to blend like an alchemist? Because a lot of quantum power involves alchemy, blending frequencies. And you'll find that when you blend peace, as you're ready with another frequency, that it tends to take root in the back of your heart and expand. And that other frequency starts to diminish. That doesn't mean it goes away entirely right away. It means that peace starts to become the predominant frequency. And those are ways you can come back to frequency, but you don't have to be in the perfect frequency all the time. We all experience life. No one has to be excited all of the time. Life is about different frequencies and learning how to blend them so we can recover from the lower ones faster, not ignore them or suppress them or pretend like they don't exist, but alchemize them. So consciousness creates reality not through what it visualizes, but through what it embodies while visualizing. One of the things in your visualizations that's so important is sensing and feeling what you notice in your imagination and in your body where it is. Those two things will help guide the visualization to a sensory experience which cements it in the nervous system. Enter visualization through as the person that wants something, and you won't ever see what you want. So you want to be the consciousness that is already in superposition. So when you feel you're in the right state, that frequency is lining up for you, that's the place where you want to visualize and start to think about, well, what would it be like now? Because you have this place in you that feels love, excitement, whatever you're feeling. When you have a moment like that, use it. Visualize what would be nice. Use those moments. Never visualize from effort. Visualization shouldn't be effort. It should be freeing and fun and recognition. You should recognize your visualization. Like, yes, that's what I want. That's what I see. That's who I am. And that's what I feel. You don't want to try to create the future. You want to remember it. And I know that sounds weird, but the more you visualize as though it's a memory, or you come back to the same visualizations, you're coming back to a memory of something you've already created in the future. So if you come back to imagining yourself in the future in the same way, in the same location, repeatedly, you are creating a memory from your future that doesn't yet exist. Then opportunities start to materialize. Things that are complicated, they start to get a little bit clearer. The resources might start to flow a little easier without struggle. And consciousness starts to access the timeline where those things are already existing and happening because you've already created it and now you are remembering it. So physical reality has no choice but to reorganize itself all around your new frequency because your frequency is the power. So remember moments when visualization worked so well that it seemed too good to be true. And I don't know what your experiences are. I'm trying to think of synchronicities I've experienced where it's like, wow, I know I visualized this whole thing and now it's happening. And I've had experiences like that and I'm like, wow, it's really cool. When reality bent in response to your inner imagery. Those are never flukes or luck or just coincidence. Those are moments where without knowing it, you visualized from coherence rather than what you were thinking. Where you embodied rather than desired. Where your consciousness was already the reality rather than trying to become it. Visualization isn't creating anything new. It's revealing what's already existing in quantum superposition. You don't generate realities through mental imagery. You select them from the field of infinite possibilities that exist right now. So think of Schrodinger's cat. There's infinite possibilities. We don't know, if the cat is dead or alive in the box. It's the same for our future. We can choose which box to open when we give up the control and hold the frequency steady when we visualize. Again, you don't have to hold it every day, every minute, just when you visualize, just when you're in your future context. Your future is not a blank state that you're creating from scratch. It's a probability cloud containing every possible version of you. Success or failure, health or sickness, abundance or poverty. All things exist in superposition where you are right now. And then one interesting thing I've found in my experience and noticed with others is that people who access this ability easier have been through a lot of failure, sickness, and poverty to get to their success, health, and abundance. So if you can manifest those other things, believe me, you can manifest the good stuff. It's just interesting. One extreme can lead to another. It's a really powerful experience to have been through some stuff in your life. So just know that that's served you, even if it didn't serve you in the moment. Not that it was okay, but that it added to who you are now. And take that power back into your body. Any experience you didn't like, just imagine it coming back to you like golden light. That is your energy. Take it back. As you observe, especially with coherence, you resonate emotionally, so everything goes together. You see sensory detail, and that causes particular probability to collapse into a certain physical reality. Details are important. Notice the details as you imagine. When you come back to the same image or visualization, notice more details. Every time I visualize myself in a certain location, I see the same man walking his dog, the same two kids playing. They're always there, and they just pop up now. So just notice what details you notice, and smaller ones, like I feel the wind on my face in a certain way that I cannot describe, but it's there. So the more detailed you can be in your visualization, the easier it is for it to manifest. Research suggests that the possible outcome of every quantum event actually occurs in its own parallel universe, and this is with the many worlds theory. So every possibility for you is already out there. It's just which one are we going to manifest? Mystics teach about multiple realities, parallel realities, people simultaneous existences. Maybe that's something you believe in. I do. I've noticed too many weird things to go back. Quantum physics describes what mystics now knows mathematically, that visualization is the technology that allows consciousness to shift between realities. This doesn't mean rehearsing the same day you had yesterday, or going over a struggle where you had the same problems, or experiencing the same limitations, same patterns, or the fact that life never changes. Visualization is about not creating from those things. It's about what's new. What do I want? What do I feel that can come into my life that I haven't experienced? And if you can find a feeling of peace, happiness, love from your past and tie that into it, you've already had those experiences. You just have to blend that into what you want and remember how it felt, and then add to it, amplify it. Visualization is constant when we stop rehearsing, when we stop worrying about the future, when we wake up in the morning and we're not thinking about yesterday, we're not worried about what happened, and we use enough sensory and emotional detail. The brain starts to fire the same neural patterns, neurochemicals, and it creates the same biological responses as if the visualized experience were physically happening. So you're never pretending when you visualize. You're training your nervous system to embody a new reality. You're visualizing with coherence, which means your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and nervous system are all aligned with the vision. Everything is aligned. You feel this in your spine as a feeling of Straight spine, you feel like you're in your body. Feel your being in the back of your body. Feel how you rest into the back of your body. Knowing that from this place, your nervous system starts to relax, your beliefs and emotions align, and your thoughts start to help create your new reality as you create quantum entanglement between your consciousness and the specific probability field that you're envisioning. You're literally linking your awareness to a particular timeline. In Tibetan traditions, some individuals could create in consciousness something so clearly that other people could see it. They are collapsing probability from the quantum field through sustained entanglement. So there's a critical threshold of coherence required with visualization to collapse into physical form. Below this threshold, visualizations remain as probability waves that never materialize, but above it, manifestation becomes inevitable. It's not about how long you visualize or how many times you repeat the practice. It's about the depth of your embodiment, the depth of the level of coherence, and the depth of the degree to which your entire being aligns with what you're visualizing. So there's no positive thinking. There's no vision boards. It's about your depth of embodiment, your level of coherence, and how much you're aligning with what you're seeing. Go out and visualize. I will see you for another meditation soon.